friend, how you feeling? Lenny said, fourth the peace. We were selling heavy squares, man. Buying new Kellys.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, home of the Bayou Bengals and the stadium called Death Valley since the late 50s. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see, the number 25 team in the country, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on the winners of 8 straight, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Razorbacks offense will take the first swing of the game. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling, the temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
You just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first 3rd down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup, because this environment is hostile.
He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. So LSU's offense will get the ball for the first time. As dynamic as this guy is on the outside, Jesse, you know he's going to be cheating that way from his free safety position.
You're right, because as a quarterback, I just can't throw to my guy in the perimeter, right? I got to attack the middle of the field. The problem is you've got one of the best safeties in the nation who likes to lay people out.
Yeah, roaming the middle of the field, reading the quarterback's eyes, and he's got an eye on that receiver out there, too, that's dynamic. So let's see what kind of day he can have.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Line gets set, 1st down. Quarterback checking the play. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Gets it out quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down. They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Pollock.
Yeah, it's just winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging.
Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Tigers!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a scoring toss from 27 yards out. And he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable.
The expressway is wide open. And after the huge scramble, he slides and gets down. Terrific run to get out of trouble.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. They'll try the run. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. To the air, it's Green. Pocket starts to collapse. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dominant.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He wants to throw here on second down. He's taking the shot. Pulls it in on the right. The Tigers want to crank the tempo. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want. Fires deep toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, LSU!
This guy is officially a problem. His second receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Purdue is putting on an offensive clinic. They've built a big lead, and this one is approaching blowout territory. They're up 14 over Oregon. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Fires complete on the crosser. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Well, that was a dart right there. He's going to give Arkansas a chance because in the old days in the SEC, you had to run the football if you were going to win championships. Today, you better be able to get it done through the air. When you think of all the great play callers in this league and all the Heisman Trophy winners this league has seen at the QB position in recent years, you better be able to do it throwing the ball. This guy, I think, gives Arkansas a chance with his arm.
Dropping back, it's Green. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Grab behind the line. It's Armstrong. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And the Razorbacks will bring the punt team onto the field. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play.
This punter is such a weapon. And because he's able to get that ball down deep in his opponent's territory, that really helps out the defense. You're now forcing the opponent to drive the field to score points.
The offense lining up for a first down play. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
Caught near the sticks. It's Anderson. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He's going to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Lacey. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. It's complete on the right side. LSU right back to the line. He's looking to throw it. They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense, getting the sack, getting the fumble.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Really need to pick up some yardage this time on second and long. He's looking to throw. Pulls it in. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's got an open man. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative.
He's off to the races. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and it just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Hit the afterburners, kid. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Wide out in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. And the try is no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys, and I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion, and no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Razorbacks will kick it off to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Lacey. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with accuracy.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Finds his man in the middle. Some tough running there to create a little space and get it out to the 10.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
Third and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. It's Johnson. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Love the coverage and not giving up an inch defensively. Their third down, smothering the receiver. As soon as he caught the ball, down he went. They've got this offense pinned.
And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Running for it on fourth down. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Well, that's about as risky as he can get as a head coach. Early in the game, fourth down, deep in your own end, and you go for it. Nice job, offense.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Comes out throwing on first down. He tries to take the top off. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Yeah, and he had an opportunity to make such a big play. Listen, he wasn't wide open with nobody around him, but you got to make that play. You got a little bit of space. You got to haul that in, make your quarterback look good, and make a big play for this offense.
The give to the back. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Ball spotted at the 29. Here they come on third and short. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Trying to get to it. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
I know this offense came out here in the second half hoping to build on their one-possession lead, but after that incompletion, I think the smart thing is to just kick it away here and let your defense play and try to get it back to you without giving up any points.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Finds him out of the backfield. Will not get there. A fourth down stop. Offense getting set for first down. They'll run the counter. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's Armstrong. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. He's looking deep. Touchdown, Arkansas! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
He'll try to tack on one more. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Purdue is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Bob Greasy, this might not be over just yet. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Oregon. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Coming after him. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. The pressure was rising. Drama just encapsulating this entire stadium, and the defense comes up with that pick.
Yeah, so at the quarterback, he's got to be...
Oh, look out. The ball's free. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Man, what a blow for this offense. You got the football in the fourth quarter, a chance to go take the lead. Now you turn it over. Your defense is going to have to go out there and step up for you.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. Ignore. You should have ran a better route.
Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the run. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. The clock has stopped as we have reached the 2-minute warning here in the ball game. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
Man, how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now. I said, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there, get me one more.
Setting up for the PAT, and when it gets this late, every point matters. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the final 41 yards covered by that touchdown strike. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody will be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
Got it in the middle. It's Washington. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. He'll just keep slinging it. Unloads to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Armstrong. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some 1st downs. Get in position. And here they are on 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Jackson. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. A first down run on the doorstep. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Buys a little time. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, it's Green. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. He's got it for a touchdown. And here in the final minute, they're a single point behind.
Massive score, now massive decision making. Obviously, extra point ties the football game. Easy peasy, nice job. A 2-point conversion, you win this thing. So I would kick it, but you know what? If you want to go for it, it's your decision.
So you think this is automatic? They need this one badly. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. And what a huge score and extra point there to get it tied in the final minute. Fair catch called for and made. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. A pretty good bit of ground to cover here, Jesse, but they've got some time to work with.
They do, so tempo is going to be important. You got to go fast. You just got to make good decisions at the quarterback position.
And those good decisions are throwing the ball beyond the sticks, using the sidelines to get out of bounds, try to maximize this time.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Quarterback checking off. Motion from the offense. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. They come to the line, facing 3rd and long from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Throws for the tight end. Working the middle. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. Fast motion from the offense. He wants to throw. Pulls it in, it's Anderson. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down. Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game. Set up for 2nd and short after that completion. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Wide receiver now comes in motion. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Caught close to the marker. It's Anderson. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on 1st down. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left. 2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Watkins. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. They'll play it safe and try for 3. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And they'll send out the field goal unit. The holder will find a spot at the 38-yard line. That means a 48-yarder and a chance to win it. A 48-yard game-winning field goal. Delirium celebration all around. That was fun, and it was big time, and it is a confidence builder to come through waning moments and win a game like that.
Confidence builder, dream maker, right? Those are the things you dreamed about in the backyard, drawing it up with the clock running down. You're going to make the play to win. Your offense is going to come through in the clutch. Jesse, that's exactly what they did.
No doubt about it, Dave, and that's a tough situation to be in. There's so much pressure on these individual players to have to step up and have to make that big play. But you could see the belief they had in each other, the respect they have for each other, and now moving forward, this is a huge confidence builder for this team.
And that's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. On the banks of the Mississippi River, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a storied venue, and soon the fog will rise off the Big Muddy, and will it also bring a victory for the beloved Bayou Bengals, Tiger Stadium, home of LSU. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on the winners of 9 straight, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Buffaloes will put total leather to crank us up. On the move from inside his 5. The LSU Tigers offense takes the field. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Little touch pass to the receiver. He's past the 30. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And I love right out of the gate, this offense is going to be creative, and they're going to try to get their best players the football out in the open field. You saw it right there.
Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. First down from the 43. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Let's see what they've got on second down. They believe they can run right here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, being able to make in the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Makes the grab over the middle. LSU quick to the line.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Throws to the wideout. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
And that's a good sight to see from this defense. Last week, they gave up a ton of points in a loss. This week, get a deflection early. Hopefully see the ball a little bit better, play the passing game better. This defense definitely has to improve from what it was a week ago.
As they come over the football, 1 minute to go here in the first. They'll try it over the left side. Finds a little space. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field, because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. This quarterback part of their running game. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
Well, jet sweep pass. And the ball's on the ground. The defense grabs it, and they're going the other way.
Oh, and it's a hit like that that will absolutely light up the sideline, light up the stadium, change the momentum, and help you win a football game, because that hit is what caused that fumble.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Leaves it with the running back. They start the afternoon with a run, and it goes nowhere. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. Looking for a man. It's Sanders. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer, because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
And the Buffaloes will punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Quick pass on the fly motion. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. These two conferences have been tied together for years through the Sugar Bowl, a little testiness with the whole Texas-Oklahoma thing, and now the rivalry on the field between the Big 12 and the SEC.
Yeah, and conference realignments played a big factor, too, between these two conferences. Think back to when Texas A&M and Missouri joined the SEC. So this is always a fun one to watch, David. Wide open offense from the Big 12, and then you get the physicality and the speed from the SEC.
I think you nailed it right there. Two totally different worlds. They live in different worlds all the time.
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. This is a 3rd and long. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Blasted as he lets it go. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Got enough space. Touchdown, Tigers. They grab the early lead.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Michigan is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned down Tom Brady should never be counted out of any game. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Oregon. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Back to pass, it's Sanders. He looks that one in nicely. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. The sure hands. It's Horn. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Buffaloes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. It's complete to the left. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The analytics nerds will tell you that a 4-yard pickup on 1st down is a successful play. Let's see what they have on 1st and 10. They're trying to get to it. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And it's incomplete as he tried to thread that needle to the back corner of the end zone. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. Third and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up fourth.
Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. They'll have to generate power and some accuracy. A 50-yarder from the left hash. Oh, he missed it. No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
Well, they knew coming into this game touchdowns were going to be real hard to come by going up against this defense. So when you got opportunities to kick field goals, you've got to come away with 3 points. You're not going to get these chances very often.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific game from there in Death Valley. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in Baton Rouge.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Hayden. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think even if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. The Buffaloes will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He's got great speed. He's going to get loose. He will score. Touchdown, LSU. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You can play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on those. So quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So his big play capability was on full display, and that one as he took that punt back for the touchdown. After giving up the punt return for the score, let's see if they have an answer on the kickoff. Coming out with it, it's Hayden. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field real.
Fires into traffic, picked off. Taking it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Hey, listen, it's not just the offense that makes adjustments at halftime. The defense does too, and that time maybe showing a little bit of a different look than what they did in the first half. Looked like they confused the quarterback. They're able to come away with a pick.
On first down, here comes this offense.
In blue. In blue. Ready.
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Got his man down the middle. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone.
29 Philly. Lizzie.
From the gun, wants to pass. He wants it all. Throw to the end zone, picked off.
Timing has to be so good. When you're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
Keeps the legs moving. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26. And the Buffaloes headed quickly to the line. He'll do it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. From the gun, wants to pass. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
It's such an advantage for a defense when you can add to your pass rush by blitzing guys, but especially when you've got a middle linebacker like that can collapse and push the pocket into the lap of the quarterback.
Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the third quarter comes to a close. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered.
Okay, ready.
First down to start the drive after the break.
Easy.
Quick pass on the jet motion. To the 10. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks. It's first down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Snagged in the middle, it's Daniels. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. And now on second down for this offense.
Yankee blue. Yankee blue.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. They'll run it from the gun. Able to fight his way ahead for a pickup of 4, but they're still left with a 4th and 2. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first.
Come on, set.
Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Corners are going to bail. Going up top on first down. Finds his man down the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Looking to throw at Sanders. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives him the ball at the 29-yard line.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting a big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one.
Throws for the end zone. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
From the shotgun, the inside give. Didn't have any better luck going back to him on second down. Now they're staring at 3rd and 10.
Offense tries to go RPO and hand off to the running back, but how about the defense up front? They're just too stout. They're not getting moved anywhere, and they're able to make a big-time play.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
3:25. Longer.
Quarterback will audible. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Deep shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. That score pushes us out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. The kickoff unit about to go to work. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Back to pass, it's Sanders. He wants a big play here late. And that one is picked up in the end zone. Got some room to run. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Now the chance to take a knee and just put the finishing touches on this victory.
Yeah, and this offense has done their job, man. They've been so productive, built the lead. Listen, their defense has pulled their weight as well, but now, Jesse, you get to exhale, you get to breathe, and you know we got the W, and we played well.
And we got to think about where we're taking our girlfriend and parents for dinner, right? What side are we ordering with our giant steak? We've earned it in this game. Now it's time to go celebrate.
Quarterback checking the play. Looking to go up top on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. Touchdown, Tigers! And the stomping has commenced. That ought to be enough to make this lead insurmountable, and with it, they'll be a perfect 10-0.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And they did tack on the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. He's brought down after a good return, gets it out to the 31. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Well, to call this an abject disaster for the offense would be an insult to abject disasters everywhere, Jesse.
And they're not going to enjoy watching this game film either. Just nothing's been working. They've had mental errors. They haven't been able to execute very well running or throwing it, David. Just nothing going their way in this one.
Nothing has gone right, and the worst thing is going to be watching the tape. You're right, Jesse. But even worse than that, practice this week is going to be miserable after putting up the donut on the scoreboard.
To throw, it's Sanders. He's taking a deep shot. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep pouring it on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players, more physical, they were faster, and it showed today.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and when you've got a team that makes it into the top 25, now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the #3 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the USC Trojans. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So USC's offense will start this game off. And as the game evolves into an aerial circus, sometimes you find a superstar running back like this guy.
And when you got this guy, you ride this guy. You give him the ball, you run the football, you find ways to continue to feed him because he just gets stronger and better as the game goes on.
Hand off from the shotgun. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Looking to pass. It's Moss. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down.
Offenses know and work on it all week. Third downs. We got to be really, really good. This offense not good on this 3rd down. It could come back to bite them.
The Trojans send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Tigers offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. The quick out. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to run for it. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
Really nice job on 3rd down by this offense. This offense has struggled on 3rd downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it 3rd and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
They're going to ride this running back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Now on second down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
How many ways can I make you think, right? First drive, out the gates, get into my playmaker, going full speed across the formation with a touch pass. You better be able to adjust to it. And then when you adjust to it, I'm going to have an adjustment to your adjustment because I'm always right. I'm an offensive guy.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
Man, how about that defense? On the snap, they are in the backfield with great penetration, nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Got it past the marker. And they give him enough for the first down. They'll move the chains, and let's see if they can snap it one more time here in the first. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. The Tigers are marching down the field. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Past the 25. Hits the accelerator to the right. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, LSU!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They punted on their first drive of the game, and now they have to convert on third down to avoid doing it again. Quickly to the tight end.
You know, the tight end's going to have to do a better job of separating and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football. That time just couldn't create it, and as a result, as soon as he made the catch, he was brought to the ground, setting up fourth down.
Here's makes the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. They'll line up for a second down play. Out of the gun to give to the back. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having the pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
Complete on third down. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Leaves it with the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
With the catch, it's Anderson. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. LSU right back to the line. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Wide out in motion. Trying to find his man on first down. Got a man, it's Anderson. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains, it's at the 22. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. He's gonna pass. They're bringing heat. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. They'll immediately call timeout.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Getting some heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. And it's third down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send a... It's a... Forget the kick. He's going to throw it. And the pass falls incomplete on the fake field goal, and I'm not sure they'll go back to that one again. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters of football there today in Vegas. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside Allegiant Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Trojans will line up to kick off and start the second half. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense set for a first down play. Takes the handoff. It's Durham. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
Quickly complete. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this fourth down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On fourth down, going to the air. And the ball is intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. And in a low-scoring game like this one, Dave fires into traffic, intercepted.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
Maybe can be a little more aggressive here after the offsides penalty. It's 1st and 5. They'll give it on the counter. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. The Trojans in the hurry-up. They'll go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, and it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. And the Trojans decide to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And he hauls it in at the 30. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another one.
Guys, LSU has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And into the end zone. And they will score. Touchdown, Tigers. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the fourth quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
This offense is high octane, boy, and you just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Oregon is in trouble right now, and unless something drastic changes, we're looking at foie gras on the menu tonight in Eugene. They're trailing by 14 to Maryland. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. The Trojans want to pick up the tempo. Looking for a man. It's Moss. He's got his man. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. He lobs one high down the left side. And it's picked off. The sudden change on the turnover, and man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. He's stuffed after picking up one to the 23.
Well, at this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, deep in their own end, they're going to want to run the football, no doubt. The defense knows that, and they're going to be trying to rip it out, seeing if they can get a takeaway to set up their offense in great field position. So ball security right here has got to be big.
You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Wide receiver shows motion. He's got it again. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll give it to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they... that drive alive. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Line gets set, 1st down. He'll start this drive firing. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to throw. It's Moss. He's got it on the move. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Lining up for the PAT. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. Just over a minute and a half to play as they line up for the onside kick in what is likely their last gasp in this game. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with the W.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
They're only 1 for 3 on 4th down attempts, but they'll try it again here. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a 1-possession lead. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it's caught for a touchdown, and that might do it. What a cannon this dude has for an arm.
And there's nothing more frustrating than you watch a Hail Mary and they don't get it to the end zone, or they throw it out of the back of the end zone. Great job by the quarterback. You got to put that thing way up in the air, and he does, and his receiver comes down with it. What a play.
Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job by this team being ready, getting the W.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. The victors valiant, the conquering heroes, and they call home the Big House. Bathed in maize and blue, welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Wolverines will put toe to leather and will get started. He'll call for the fair catch here. So LSU's offense will get the first possession of the game. And here he comes, just jogging onto the field. But what's going fast, the heart rates of everybody in this crowd, Jesse.
Well, this is a special player. All eyes in the stadium on this guy. And David, you know the defense, they're going to have to find a way to try to slow this guy down.
And he's going to touch it every single play. He'll be the main focal point. Can he handle the pressure? Can he handle the big moments? Can he handle this stage and lead his team in a big moment?
The give to the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? But if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
To the air, it's Nussmeier. Finds the tight end. Still running at the 40. And LSU starting to get that passing attack cranked up.
And this is a unit that typically LSU is as good as they are at quarterback. We know they're going to be physical. We know they got athletes all over the field. But when they get really good quarterback play, those teams are really special.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, you've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Fights off the defender. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. LSU doing what it always does when they're really good, moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, trying to find that physicality. They get so many great players across the country. LSU has the pick of people in Louisiana. Everybody wants to come there, and you can tell they always find great talent, and they're always able to run the football.
They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that 1st quarter. 1st down to start the drive after the break. On the run, it's Durham. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield to get the tackle for loss.
The lost yardage leaves him with 2nd and 11. Motion from the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the 1st half. Ninth play of the opening drive coming up, but now they face a 3rd down. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Got the back over the middle. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. And that one was way too far for anybody to catch, except ticket holders.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
Give to the back. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
I'll tell you what, you want to quiet this crowd down. You want to do something demoralizing to your opponent. Establish the run game early on offense.
So now with first and goal, let's see what LSU does here. Fast motion from the offense. Touch pass on the run. Touchdown Tigers! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Well, your opponent can't beat you if you don't give them the football. And they were able to possess it throughout the entire first quarter, and they finally cap it off with that impressive rushing touchdown.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Wolverines offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Both of these defenses, David, anchored by star middle backers.
I mean, they're just stars right in the middle of the defense. You'll see them go sideline to sideline, and they will make plays all over the field.
Yeah, these guys are the heart and souls of their defense. They're the leaders. Everybody looks up to them. They're constantly making plays.
First down for this offense. Dropping back, it's Warren. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, he's looking downfield. They get to him as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
From the gun, the ground game. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Wolverines will call on their punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
He's looking for a man on second down. Finds his man. It's Watkins. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. He's got his man, makes the grab. There to make the stop, but he is a weapon out of the backfield in the short passing game, and they've got a first down. He's looking to throw it. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, it is tough to beat the big house when it's full and rocking as it is today in Ann Arbor. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most.
LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
He leaves it with his back. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Scanning the field, it's Warren. They'll run the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
And the defense brought the blitz on 3rd down, trying to see if they could rattle the quarterback. But how about the poise? He knew where his answer was. He didn't panic or freak out. He just went through his progression.
Off he goes. The 20. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
What a great play call offensively. Taking the shot, you flip the field, and now you better get those red zone play calls ready and dialed up.
A first down run in the red zone. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And that is how it's done. It's go time in the red zone, 3rd and goal. We need a sack, need a big play. That was a monster sack by the defense. Let's go.
And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. It's good. Easy call for the ref. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Notre Dame is currently trailing been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Joe Montana, this might not be over yet. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Virginia. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Gets it out fast. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Looking to the big tight end. Complete downfield. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
They make the stop, but they give up 5 yards on the run. It's down to the 11.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football, run the clock, let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Little touch pass to the receiver. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, LSU! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make it.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Dropping back, it's Warren. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. He wants to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Morgan. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Back to the air one more time. Soft spot in the middle. Can anyone catch him? He's at the 10. Touchdown, Wolverines. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
They'll go for 2 here and try to climb within a field goal late.
Easy.
They'll run it. He is denied. No good on the 2-point try, and the lead remains at 5. They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, you're probably getting blitzed, it's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give as they work on that clock. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Ball at the 31, 3rd and short coming, defense trying to rise up. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th.
I love that play by the defense there. Hanging back, watching the QB's eyes. Great job in coverage on the back end, and then rallying to him when he decided to go try and run for it himself. And now this defense is set up fourth.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. From 55 yards out, and he's got it. Never a doubt.
Well, that's a huge kick right there because now the opponent has to score a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. That put so much pressure on the opponent now. Nice job by the special teams going out and executing in a big moment.
With that field goal, now it takes a touchdown to beat them, so you want to pin them back and then let the defense have a little room to work with. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
And I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I watch the defense, and if they're going to drop back and play real conservative like they tend to do late in the game, let's get a few shots over the middle first before we have to take that deep shot.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Back to throw, it's Warren. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
Yeah, and that's fine. Listen, it's go time. Right now it's coming up on third down. You probably got 2 downs anyways. It's the fourth quarter. It's time for this QB to take charge.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On third down, he drops to throw. Feeling some heat. Got rid of it just in time.
Well, they're down in possession, and they're on their own side of the 50, so they need a big one right here. They've just thrown 3 straight incompletions, but it just takes one. It just takes one big play down the field to all of a sudden get that momentum and that juice flowing again to give yourselves a chance to win.
He's going up top here late in the game. And the pass is incomplete, and the ball game is over, and this will be a game of what might have been. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
it.